Bob, I can't believe it was actually kind of chilly when that storm came through last night and then warmed right back up.
Warm back big time, too. Upper 70s, even some low 80s inland. Even tonight, temperatures summer-like, really.
I mean,
upper 60s to low 70s. And we're going to see some cooler temperatures move in, though, just for a little bit, and then things will change. A nice day for a kayak on the Myakka River. This is from Albert Bundy, or Al Bundy, I guess. I appreciate that photo. That was from Venice near the Myakka River there, and beautiful shot. It was a good day. And get a look at this. This is from Bill Mitchell. Bill Mitchell sending this in of the Glossy Ibis near Inglewood. A little chick right there behind a mom, probably, right? And this, the fog bank rolling in just after sunset. And that fog getting rather thick, and it will be tomorrow morning, too. And a fog advisory is in effect. Now, the Van Wezel webcam showing the low clouds starting to develop just after 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then that fog kind of moving in after the sun had just set. You'll see it there off in the distance in there and kind of encroaching the west coast of Florida. And that's a result of the west wind out ahead of this cold front, which is producing some rough weather now. Severe thunderstorms are possible, but they're starting to fade away too. These are all snow reports today, a very fast moving system, which will eventually develop into the nor'easter, which will dump up to 2 feet of snow in places like Boston or maybe just to the southwest of Boston and also near New York. And that snow now moving through Ohio, western portions of Pennsylvania, the bigger storms now into Atlanta. Not all that intense right now. No reports of any tornadoes tonight. I mentioned the dense fog advisory right for the coastal locations. And with that sea fog, it could get rather thick. So keep that in mind throughout much of the morning. Right now, you can see some of that fog thickening up a bit in downtown Sarasota. 71. That's right. Warm temperature right now. And the dew point is at 70. That makes the humidity 96%. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 9. The high today was above average, 77 degrees. Our average high at 73, and the record 85 set back in 1957, and 61 was the morning low. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s for lows tonight. And we had a pretty good rain this morning, 56 hundredths of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. And we're doing pretty good for the month now. We're above average. As far as the futurecast goes, well, here comes the front. And it will get moving into our area. You'll see this is all sea fog hanging around. And then once the front moves in, a few showers are possible up until, I'd say, around noon. And then that moves on to the south. The winds will switch around to a northwesterly direction. And there's the nor'easter as it moves off toward the east and northeast. We'll get a quick high pressure moving back in. You'll see those clouds start to come more out of the east. And that means a quick warm up. We're expecting temperatures to go back above average as early as Saturday afternoon. Well, nationally, the big story, obviously, is the nor'easter that is developing, and out west, more heavy rains and snow for the folks in California, Washington, and Oregon. You can see that snow now in Cleveland, spreading off toward Pittsburgh and the nation's capital. There are numerous weather advisories in effect from the nation's capital through New York, Boston, and up into Maine tonight, and out west as well, pretty quiet over the southern plain states. Well, snowfall amounts, not as much in, say, Ohio, up to maybe 2 to 3 inches there, and then as I mentioned, up to 1.5 to 2 feet of snow for places near Boston and to the west there. Connecticut, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island could also see some very impressive amounts of snowfall there. 19 in Toronto. Now, the cold air is starting to invade across the Great Lakes and the northern plain states. It's 8 in Omaha, 26 now into Kansas City. Well, here's the boating forecast. The fog advisory in effect, dense fog advisory through the morning, and choppy conditions there for the bays and inland waters. We'll see seas running 3 to 5 feet. Upcoming tide, low tide at 6:30, and a high tide will be at 12:56 tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, the fog will continue, and there's a chance for a few morning showers, 66 for a low, very warm low. Morning fog tomorrow, and then partly cloudy, a 30% chance for those showers in the morning, 75 for your high. The extended forecast then calling for just cooler weather for one day, and it's not all that cold. And then back into the mid-70s we go through the weekend and beyond.